Welcome everyone to more open source fun here live on our channel. So what do we got to do today? Always so much boring stuff to do. We theoretically have release notes to finish, right? But who wants to write release notes anyway, right? Always a recurring theme, boring maintenance stuff, right? But I guess we don't write them live on YouTube. I guess we publish that stuff tomorrow. Is my mouse cursor? Hello. Yeah. And then that is a thing. Danny already asked what's cooking here. That is a thing. We have so many small things to do. That is, if you do this tiny little open source thing, there's theoretically, not everything is live. Also, this is a random files from the LIbreOffice stuff the other day. Maybe I should just do what I need, aka microkernel. I mean, the next biggest thing would actually theoretically be, can we cross-compile LibreOffice, right, for your SG Octane or P3? Maybe we should try that. I also have theoretically, I have here one of the other. Where is it here? This world's cheapest, probably, kind of, sort of, not sure, ESP32 RISC-V thing. I tried that already in the office. Theoretically, maybe we should actually add T2 support for that. And actually, maybe, you know what? But yeah, as usual, maybe we need more polls, or actually, not actually, maybe we don't need Henry Ford asking customers what they want, right? A faster horse, faster monolithic Linux kernel. Theoretically, we should finish someday, which actually the live stream was relatively popular on macOS. T2 homebrew support that actually would probably maybe somewhat sort of could be cool and useful. Whatever. What else do I want? I should have finished that thought. Homebrew. All right. So the like T2 freestanding support, like IDE, like tool chain for all this Arduino, and in this case is it ESP? I think it's ESP32. What was it? C3? I need to check. How do we write that even? That is ESP, I think C3. Is it ESP32C3? Yeah. By the way, I mean, the pricing is crazy, right? I mean, it's not also the world's best touchpad in randomly recognizing shit, right? Actually, surprisingly cheap. I mean, sure. So I think you get like a pack of 2 of these boards for $10. I mean, yeah, I'm not even sure what kind of MMU it has, if any. So it's not like Linux capable. Yeah, if you get a board with which like some power controller and maybe USB or UART glue, then obviously that needs to cost less than $1. But anyway, so the thing is, I tried that. I'm not the most impressed by the official toolchain. It's loading like 150 plus megabyte or even more. I need to check, but easily 150, if not more, megabyte. And it would be I need to make a proper dedicated video about this, because I really hate this black boxes of loading some random stuff somewhere in your like Rust and Cargo. I wouldn't want to use it like that, but leave me in the comments below. Did I not revert that just? Something like, oh, by the way, I think I didn't post that. Oh, das to unit. I didn't even, that's what I just wanted to. So much to data, just 743, yeah, data got discovered already. Yeah, theoretically, I mean, there's always stuff to test. Echelon is confused. Yeah, I'm in the home office and I have an M1 Mac. So this is, of course, my T2 VM, but it is indeed live streaming from macOS. Sorry for that, not the greatest fan. that comes from like using the latest and greatest ARM stuff, which in general I'm not a fan of this stuff. I would not have it, although it's competitive and performance and efficient and stuff. But previous video, right? We can run T2 on this, but without video acceleration, video encode and GPU. But anyway, which is in general, if I would not have my company, right? If you didn't know that, a successful company here. And if we wouldn't had Mac applications, I didn't buy Mac in 6 years because I'm not satisfied with them, but eventually I needed ARM Mac to have a chance to support this new stuff. But yeah, thanks for asking. So let's try to cross-compile that, because it's probably one of the more interesting things to do. That's also the thing, right? I realized already I do this now for over 3 years or something like that. And people obviously like mainstream content, and I should have actually posted that too. Yeah, that is the thing. My experiment here of financing all my way too much open source work. Other people would sit in the sun now or climb some mountain, work on their vintage car stuff, and we sit here all day long supporting our best Linux distribution. Money can't buy, and maybe not the best life choice, but there we have that. But we should paste it there for people to tune in. So yeah, let's give that a shot. I'm actually honestly interested what will happen with that. Let's SVN switch. It's probably one of the most useful things we can, like for some Sunday evening, also live stream. Probably one of the more interesting things. Do we have this somewhere in the history, or? Yeah. There is something. Let's try to build this for something reasonable. What should that be? ARM64? Oh no, wait, this is even wrong. I'm mostly interested in this because even myself, I don't really want to build LibreOffice myself on my own systems. And then the question is to support this. I prefer to only support cross-compiling to be able to efficiently support this. And all right, before that, we obviously need LibreOffice. I mean, theoretically, I would think it should work, but you never know. Usually when we try random stuff, it fails randomly and monumental. I slightly wonder if this is even remotely correct here, actually. I would be really surprised if that doesn't support like PowerPC 64. I mean, RISC-V maybe not. I have no idea how much assembly would be in there. But so what did I say? Reasonably, yeah, let's try ARM64 job to LibreOffice. And I mean, I would think they for sure must support some mobile use case or something. So, but maybe actually I should have done some research and freaking Googled if. I mean, it should be possible, right? Here, so yeah, Rust. I mean, until recently, nobody would want to compile that for various to various degrees. So like, yeah, promise. If they already start with it works to various degrees, then nah. I mean, Raspberry is not really a platform, right? Why don't they call it freaking Linux? Why do they Raspberry? Nah. Build something hostile, yada build. So even though Libre is highly, even though the build mechanism is highly unorthodox, we have it there black on white. I didn't make that shit up on the last live stream. Font config not found, so that doesn't start very well. What do they freaking do here? We should have that installed though. Do we build that currently? How do we run that? Running bindir, spindir, something, lots of stuff, this config, hostgear. So build x86, no cross, arch, system GCC. Checking build system type, host system type. Slightly wonder why this is LibreOffice stuff, but yeah, time to do. Okay, maybe we should read the freaking document more config build. Yeah, okay, they apparently do that. Okay, they do there some nonsense. They reconfigure. Okay, that is okay. That is probably where it is going wrong. So apparently they want that for the build and do there some craziness. That is of course not ideal. Which GCC do they even use for that? Yeah, so much so they probably want some native tools for who knows what. Which GCC do they use then? I mean, then if we set CC and stuff, maybe they simply use a. Okay, they use some GCC. Okay, maybe. Okay, we could try to YOLO that to see how far we get. I mean, obviously, a pro tip, always try to get some results quickly and then refine. That was font config, right? Font config. Interesting. Is it even the right LibreOffice? Interesting, we didn't even have it there with system font config. Interesting that it wants to find that. It is possible that our sandbox stuff is set up so clean in a way that it's intentionally not accidentally using the one from the system. Yeah, that would be that. And do we need that, I think? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could try if building that for the toolchain. So for a really sophisticated build, we would need this as well, because you couldn't rely on using something randomly from the build system. Okay, that did something in lib font config and tools cross. Let's see how that alters affect that build. What's it doing today with LibreOffice? So yeah, trying to cross compile that to theoretically support that on PowerPC or ARM. Oh, that is interesting. That really fixed something. Okay, that is, I mean, so we don't really want to build everything. I mean, it's crazy that it wants stuff for the build. So a recurring theme that this is not how it should be. So this is getting a bit out of hand, as you might imagine. Why does it not use its own thing? I mean, ironically, we learned the other live stream that it had some own X headers and stuff. The problem is if we, I mean, this is crazy to supply so much for, I mean, I'm somewhat tempted to see how far we get. So build, just beginning, host and build plot from iOS. No, I don't want iOS. Host enable, iOS simulator, secure image, Android. Any useful tips here? Raspberry and Siri should also work for other Linuxes. Need for Raspberry and cross-compilation stuff. Cross-compiling, package config paths, libts, something, disable SDK. And we could so they want ARM, Linux, something, GCC. That's probably how we set it up already. Do we do this route? Good, so that's already somewhat how we do it. System Heartland. This Java, thank you very much. Finally, when you're ready to run binaries, you may need to get some more LibreOffice. Install LibreOffice. What? Get more systems installed. Who knows? Install two, which don't need because you just built one, but I don't know how to avoid it easily. What the heck? Yeah, so many things. I mean, maybe I should stop doing stuff that I don't instantly need for myself. And did we put with, yeah, with this root? Okay, we had that as this was what they had here, right? Wait. No, they had this root, not. They have here this root, not with this root. I wonder. I mean, I guess they want. I mean, if our build stuff would not be. I mean, at times it's. Of course, it's not like a secure sandbox and stuff can break out. But just when you want to test some stuff, then just that stuff doesn't build right. If it's then let's try that. And I mean, it will also like supporting vintage systems or people who still want to run 32-bit systems for some reason. Theoretically, we could conf opt equals conf opt substitute with this row to this root. I think that was it this root or was there this root? Let's see if that. I don't have the highest hopes. So the thing is, we need with libxrender. I guess then we need libx11 if we really can't get around that. But eventually that would. Yeah, okay. This didn't change the thing. Let's see if it has this root now. But it's removing this root from configure. Why do they have there this root when? It's not supported. Let's maybe check if what's actually this root in there. There is no this root in it. There's a there is some this root now. Where do they set that? Quality configure scripts. Yeah, I probably should it's certainly the problem of making a Linux distribution a little bit better on a Sunday afternoon. Maybe I should just do stuff I need. Okay, with this route, we couldn't auto-detect, we passed that through. Not sure if that, I mean, we probably could check what we, does it set that or no, I don't have in the, relatively pointless. The question is, it would actually be interesting to see a successful log of such a build. The question is how much it really wants there. Let's check. Anthony finds it hardcore. Happy to hear that. Hope you learned something. Anthony has watched what distro is best for newbies. I have no idea. I mean, T2 is pretty raw, but maybe you like it. At least it's upstream vanilla and standard and stuff and readable. Advanced stuff talking about, but so interesting. Anyway, happy to hear that. Don't forget to subscribe. I mean, that is not even like if we write kernel and drivers and stuff. That's a little bit. I mean, this is like probably hardcore packaging. It's not even the most complex. The question is, oh wait a second. It finds even where does it find that? Oh wait a second. It finds. Oh wait, once X rendered. It's crazy that it finds other ICE libraries. So where does it get that from, or is it getting that from the? Which configure is it even? It must be the reconfigured build. That is. I'm mostly curious if it has a chance to build. It is always the thing. How much time to it, you never really know before. Except some experience and gut feeling. LibReOffice. I'm slightly wondering, where does it find that though? I mean, you know what, maybe we can YOLO that. Maybe we can just put the system. Is there probably here a second? Oh, sorry. Probably need the mute button close to my nose. So config log. I'm surprised it finds that though. Which one did it use then? And what failed here? Okay, it wants X render. So the problem is that we are set up for cross-compiling, and do we must build with X render or not? Do we build without X render? Find that package X render. Which package config does it use? Yeah, it uses the cross-compiled one. There is some X render, so why does it not? What did it do here? so much stuff. But yeah, this is a recurring theme from the previous video, right? Building cathedrals of over complex software, monstrous software. I mean, it's also crazy, in my opinion. Some even complex software application should like just build and not like require a native build to partially do whatever or pre-process files and stuff. Why does it say access? Is it, should this not be, which package config should that be? I have the feeling it's doing something strange there. Oh wait, did I even look into the right log file? Probably I did so. So yeah, this is the thing, what always drives me nuts, that this stuff is so complex and 20, 30 years old, and yet it doesn't print your proper diagnostics. Which package config does it use? So that is strange. And it should use that package config, but does it somehow use another one? This is so bizarre. It looks to me as... Why does it even do that twice? Or why is... Somehow does it twice? Can we disable X-render? The problem is we can't even easily supply them because we have the two configures running. Wait a second, jumped over there, 20. Was there, if X11 test renders using, okay, probably if we are using X11 then it needs that. Yeah, so if X11 and then test render. Why, what crazy shit is it doing there? It must do something strange. I just don't instantly see what. How far are we even in? 92, so how much more comes there? Why? It's so crazy that... Yeah, maybe I shouldn't. The recurring theme here of waste the time. What else do we have there? Did Vim just segfault? It is possible, because it might actually try to write a temp file out of... it might intentionally segfault due to writing something somewhere out of this build sandbox. So it's like, look, it's not segmentation faulting due to a bug, but for write access denied there, you're doing that wrong. compiling. Yeah, that is the thing, right? With this 2 builds, native and cross stuff. Actually, they have here. Actually, you know what? They create here some package conf wrapper host. Okay, they do here some crazy wrapper actually. How do they create package config or something like host cross compiling true root. So they actually do here some crazy wrapping as well, similar to what T2 actually usually does. So they probably had similar issues. Okay, they have here package config pass-through, but I don't quite see how that would improve the situation, because then everything. Oh, wait a second. Oh, they test. So if. Okay, maybe that does the trick though. I mean, it's super. It's obviously quite a hack. Maybe that would even somewhat work. What do they? Can't copy it. You know what? I'm somewhat tempted to. If that fixes a thing, actually, that would be interesting. Maybe that would be something to in general support better. I mean, yeah, the T2. I mean, basically, I could, if more people share, like, and subscribe, and Patreon and GoFundMe and stuff, I could basically open source developments the whole day, right? My to-do is obviously for 20 years growing faster than I can work on it. So yeah, would be amazing if you share, like, and subscribe for all this good fun. So this looks to be buggy because it instantly substituted their stuff. So thanks for that. So we have this route. So we can so cross-compiling that. Wait a second, where? Not sure what they do there with, because I don't use it again, but so then the problem is we have that set already. I wonder, so I mean, basically if we're cross-compiling, we should probably just leave it as it is. I don't quite get why they... I mean, that is the thing, right? People should also comment the stuff. I mean, some of the stuff doesn't make the most sense. I'm not even sure if that is quite right, but config paths, how many? Yeah, libdir and path. I mean, this is, however, mixing, maybe actually, you know what? I mean, that is the crazy stuff, right? Recurring theme here, software and hardware is never done, right? I mean, you always, if you release everything with everything done, then you never release something. And my own T2 to do is growing faster than I can work on all the stuff. Also, it's not like, it's like working, right? Like we can cross build half of the packages and then also eventually enough is enough. But of course, each time you look closer, you find more details, right? Like this could be better. That, for example, here we mix this apparently. At least I thought so. Oh no, maybe not. Actually, no. On the second glance, this looks correct. I wanted to say don't mix host and target. Actually, that looks okay. Actually, to be honest. So that would be unset that and path, right? Does that work even like that? So it works. etc profile package config and like refresh it with the host. Yeah, that apparently looks to work. At least for me, it's, again, this is a little bit dirty. I just want to see how far we can get. So just make sure we don't append the stuff together and then get the fresh T2 system one. And then I wonder if that would work. So basically though, I mean, here we could just run that and here we would run the system one. That may or may not work. Maybe we should in general do something, but yeah. I mean, it boils down that the stuff is simply all those configure scripts, they simply 30 years in the making have no cleaner separation of host versus target and stuff. It's like you know what, let's move that out. I don't want to accidentally delete that. Let's rename that to package config wrapper and move it to a place where we save it and don't delete it. And then modify here's apparently no package config, or how did they export it? I guess, okay, they export that to that. Let's hope that works if we, so let's first double check. That probably should still result, oh wait a second, we imported, let's rather do that clean. Let's try that again. Yeah, so that is the same state. And then let's try that again with package config of our just generated wrapper. Maybe we should try that has a chance to work. Permission denied, good that we double check that. Let's see what happens. Did we? Let's see what happens. I hope we don't have any trickery that resets that, otherwise it would be short-lived test. Okay, that didn't really improve anything. Yeah, I already thought it will not just cross-build. I mean, theoretically, that is the thing, right? Theoretically, it has some provisioning for that, but in reality, it's like complicated and may or may not work in crazy setups or not. And this is also the stuff that T2 as the Linux distribution here does, right? Of curating all this package where's the piece? Metadata. So this is crazily enough still the same. By the way, which package config is it even using? Has it a chance of? Okay, it's still using that. Why would it still use that though? Okay, somehow. How would that get? Apparently, through what functionality would that be? Where do we reset this? Where do we have trickery for that? Looks like it gets reset somewhere. I mean, probably the easiest. Wait a second, we should maybe not have left that environment. Yeah, that was stupid. Oh no, maybe export was missing. Could it be that this was already missing? Let's try that again. Let's see what happens. But if not, I mean, we could instead of. Did it still the same? Yeah, it's still the same. Actually, we should check. Actually, or it is cached. It could simply be that it's cached somewhere already. Otherwise, we should simply check what we do here with. Okay, maybe not there. Here we do some trickery. Here. How do we native then a toolchain that one? But we're not setting. Where would it come from then? Yeah, stuff ain't necessarily the most easy. Xanter Finn says hot patch single library. Yeah, I didn't want to. I certainly noticed that, but there were more coming, right? I don't want to copy and paste not 20 or stuff of. And in general, it wasn't really the right solution. So some package. Yeah, some of this gets reset. Maybe with some pass. There. Where would that? Would I make clean that? Okay, we don't have that yet. Maybe it's, let's see, do we have package config? There was package, here it's set to package config wrapper. Maybe it happens when they spawn a new sub-process there for this host things here, host build. Oh, there it's cached. Yeah, there we have it cached. There it's coming from. Did I suspect that? But yeah, this is the thing, right? You need attention to detail and dedication and stuff. I mean, theoretically, we probably would that be generated? I don't know. I'm not sure if that would be. Which cache would that be, though? Oh my, what is... Which cache file are they using for this? Do they have apparently? I don't see there. That is bizarre. Build x86, Cairo canvas, disables caps. I read CPU. Disable some stuff. So this is highly filtered. That is different. Oh, what? Okay. But there it's okay. There it's found result. There it's freshly found somehow. Not sure. It's somehow strange. How would that? Oh, wait a second, did I export the right thing? Oh yeah, package config, that should be the right thing. That's what you need, a PCIe 4, PCIe 4, SSD 4. I hate when stuff gets redefined. How could we proceed with that? I wonder if we can better debug this if we simply go in here and run it like that. Let's hope that copy and paste it. Okay, they probably reset CC and stuff because that also does not just work. Fun stuff, isn't it? Yeah, how do they call that? So yeah, that is certainly significant major guru meditation. And it's needlessly so, right? If we would have way better build systems, everything should have been much more cleanly defined and so on. What did I want to check? I wanted to check how did they call it? Running host, checking for Build platform configuration. That probably should be here. Cross-compiling, yes, so they unexpectedly do that intentionally. All files needed when running configure script, particular expand config files. The source root tar? What the freaking heck? They tar, they rm-rf that shit? You can't mix this stuff up. They tar the shit together and untar it? You kidding me? You can't mix this stuff up. I've seen crazy shit in my life, but... So yeah, here they reset that. Here, look at that. Here they have package config for build. Why did nobody freaking tell me that? So much easier. Good, so yeah, recurring prototype, right? And that is the thing, right? Why you usually don't see me much Googling. People feel like, yeah, just Google that or this, that. Most distributions don't cross-compile, and most info, like even that, is partially, wherever that was, by the way, outdated and stuff. And like yesterday, or no, the other day, when we actually got LibreOffice to build, and build options didn't exist anymore. So yeah, also recurring, like pro tip number 1, you know what? You want to share, like, and subscribe, and more my channel, right? Maybe we eventually start producing merchandise. If you want to see like t-shirts and stuff, and merchandise, and freaking water bottles, or freaking teacups, share, like, subscribe and stuff, and leave me a comment below. And what did I just say? Read the freaking source TM. Just nothing like pro tip. Keep, like John Carmack of all its software people said the other day, like literally just yesterday or so on Twitter, something like, if he keeps notes on paper, he like usually doesn't read them again and stuff. And if he keeps notes in text files, then eventually at least there is a chance he comes back and finds them and does something or learns something from that and stuff. Although he is somewhat partially right on paper, right? The trees. But anyway, also to-do files, right? Maybe I should version control my to-do files, because the other ones I deleted it. Something like just read. Just brainstorming. It's not final, just whatever random shit we could print on water bottles and t-shirts and stuff, polo shirts. So, our build, package, config. You know what? Let's reset that. And then, because now we have a clean environment with what T2 defined previously, and then LibreOffice here again, and then export that equals user bin package freaking config, and then let's hope for the best. Let's see what happens. Font config, no package. Okay, that is a change. I'm surprised, because, or does that, maybe it does, now it's using the right package config, like but still using the paths for, actually more interesting than that would actually be the paths for package config. Package config. Hello? Where is it? Maybe we should just read the freaking sources again. What was it? Build? Or how did they call this? Checking. Build. No, not system type. Yeah, where was that? Oh, come on. Or like we have package config build. Here. Dave, good rotation. Is this an Amiga? Yeah, kinda. Readme comments and documents, almost everything. Long code, no, I forgot. No, yeah. So where is actually the package config path for build? So we unset that. You know what? Maybe that could maybe be the issue, that they unset that path and we have it in user x11. You know what? Let's maybe patch that. Or do we have package config path? No. Package. Maybe instead of unsetting that, we should package config. So unsetting that is, I mean, it's a little bit crazy. They unset that and then hope it by the default path should work. Like tc profile. But as you see, if you go meditate enough, then eventually you also find a reason, right? I mean, besides like most software is written like not amazingly, but I mean, at least you've usually, I mean, even at the end, if you come to like, it's like complete shit, then at least you know why it doesn't work. But even if it's like 90% not amazing, then at least eventually you find the place where it makes somewhat sense. Okay, that still doesn't quite work. Which package config did it checking? Not required. Somehow it doesn't print which package config though. This is somehow still strange. Why would that now not work? Oh yeah, out of just use less for that. For all those passes do. That looks somewhat okay, doesn't it? Which package config for? I really hate when like obvious stuff doesn't just freaking work TM. I mean, I have the feeling they run the wrong package config still. Is it X render? Yeah, they probably run package config from the path and not what we... I mean, we could s-trace that, actually even that works though. Something is not working there with this exporting of... What was it? Build. Oh wait, was this some... no, whatever. If test export cc... oh wait, this is cc for build. Would this somehow... what do they do here? Test package config for build. Maybe we should like extract that. I mean, we could even extract the whole thing here in the hope we see that somewhere. Wait, somehow this looks less than ideal. Does that not work? Because I what? Why does that not work? Because we run as Dash. Does it use some features that are not Dash compatible? That is bizarre. I mean, it is possible. I mean, maybe I wasted no. I mean, I didn't waste the whole time for nothing. However, even this installation, that is a VM installation from YouTube times. But even that, given how fast it's 1 year old in T2 times, right? In this crazy time of crazy YouTuber streams all this open source development stuff live on YouTube. It's like, yeah, 1 freaking year. It's probably 10,000 revisions of stuff. I vaguely remember that I might have fixed something for Dash. I think there was something. There was some. Maybe as we unlock this. Although it might be. Okay, this is super old. Maybe I remember that wrong then. But this definitely doesn't look like it works correctly. Let's see what happens. Or maybe it intentionally disabled some features here. Let's see if it improves with. Don't tell me. I don't know if it works. So. Let's see if it improves it with running this as Bash versus Dash. You never know. I think it runs longer. So yeah, okay. So what does it? I mean, it comes down to okay. There's, is it host or XML sec? No, this is a crazy. Although I think that looks like host. I mean, hey, I mean, if we figure kinder. If we make some progress, but that is a thing, right? If we make at least, I mean, we learn a lot, and NSL something NSS. Let's not use system NSS just for test. Not feeling like building that right now. Let's see if that improves the thing. When it started to go pretty wrong, I didn't even had any hope that this would work anytime soon, but okay, that still doesn't. Which of those is it now even? Is it the host or the native? Didn't have system NSS here though. I mean, we could build it. Why does it not use its eternal version when? Oh, wait a second. XML sec. What? What did I? Did I? Oh no, this is XML sec. NSS. Yeah. Probably this one. Not sure, but I probably either I didn't look. Pro tip: take a little second longer. Sometimes, yeah. Those who can read properly. Also, why is here 713 drop frames? LCM2. Yeah, let's see how far we get. Oops, shit. LCM. So this is stuff, and that is the thing, right? If with each thing, as much as I would want to pre-build, I mean, I obviously only pre-build the stuff for you playing along at home. If we can cross-compile it, as much overhead it is, to get it working. But once it's working and nobody breaks it upstream, recurring theme here, but then no usable Python found. Checking Python use for Puno? Yeah, you're freaking kidding me. Oh man. Why does it not find? Maybe we should try and see what happens without that. But that is the thing, right? Architecture from hell. Hey, should we print a shirt of that thing? I think in the meantime I have too many merchandise ideas to even freaking print. But if you watch this and are into merch, I need a shirt and what did I? Soft. Yeah, architecture from hell. I can still refine that. That is crazy. Does it need? This is so crazy. I mean, once upon a time, like 5 to 10 years ago, we could even cross-compile Python, but maybe we should. Only if you're hacking on that? Yeah. Enable this with Python support at runtime also, but Python build time for internal version to use. On macOS the only choice are internal default or fully internal, otherwise defaults to auto. Yeah. I don't need that for now. I'm already happy enough if it starts to build a little bit. Yeah, so as much extra work as it is, but yeah, 1 hour later, recurring theme here, 1 hour. Hey, we are at what boost? Something you should run, something couldn't detect boost. Like, okay, that should be native, so then, yeah, so this basically boils down to writing the proper, is it installed tests for that? That anyway is theoretically on my to-do. Let's see if it uses its internal boost. Fingers crossed, also need coffee. Half bus needs to build with graphite. Yeah, where's my cursor? Cursor. There. Let's hope that this builds its internal version. Because, so yeah, but theoretically we could of course build half bus with graphite. Oh, so yeah, soft architecture from hell, right? Dependencies, and more dependencies, and cathedral like of hey, this is freaking configured. How did we usually build that? I guess evil and hope for the best. Yeah, it's no. We packaged lots of downloads, but as we know, not using the system, it downloads a little bit of extra stuff that is to be expected. Not too big of a deal. It probably should only be like 4 or like basically a handful of this. So did we not have CoinMP in there? Did we? Why is there? Did I not download? No, okay, fine. Doesn't matter the most. Interesting. That would be actually. I don't hold my breath though. Certainly not 14 or so minutes to epic thread rip through that, but I totally don't expect that to just build on the first try. Also, as Finn, I guess wrote on our Discord that some Qt combinations may not fully cross-compile. We are a little bit confused that this downloads more than I expected though. You know why? Shit. It freaking downloads everything because I'm a moron. Shit. That is a waste of time now. Because we're building the older version, so basically it downloads freaking everything now. Shit. Because we are working on the stable release branch. How long did this download yesterday? 5 minutes? Okay, fine, let's exceptionally do that once. We learned that it should be doable. So basically disable some Python scripting until we got that done. I mean, basically, yeah, we could do that later tonight, or I mean, theoretically now. The other major point was to set package config. The big question is though, which is really, and yeah, recurring theme, why it is so evil and totally wasteful and annoying that it downloads random shit now. And why actually in our T2 trunk already improved that. But otherwise it was mostly this, also this patch to, probably this patch, I guess we need this patch to read our, yeah, I mean it's doable so far. Plus of course properly setting up some stuff, either building half bus with Graphite 2, and yeah, this is the thing though, right? With all the dependencies and more dependencies and this Frankenstein build of monolithic cathedrals of monumental architecture fail of linking everything into it except the kitchen, but the kitchen sink, is that we would need to cross-build even more, right? Like Boost and Graphite 2, and where to make a cut, right? And then also dealing with all the recurring work to keep this stuff to actually compile, like Boost, like even potentially making this cross-compile properly, may or may not do that currently. Where to make the cut, right? I mean, we already had our fair share of problems with keeping WebKit cross-compiled. Oops, and we basically just added that, and then it started breaking again, which, yeah. Oops. Who did data update that or what? Oh wow. That is of course not ideal though. Thank you very much, data. Should not have done that. Yeah, that is a little bit of a... I mean, there is a new alpha version, but this is obviously not... We need to make... Yeah, there's always so much to do, right? Theoretically, we need... Didn't even freaking download. How did this patch that I thought I actually thought I programmed it so that it doesn't commit something that didn't download. Apparently it does not work reliable. Shit. Yeah. For every 100 commits data, or I think it's like for every 1,000 commits data does, hopefully there's only one to revert. But yeah. And this will be the future, right, with all the AI stuff. That is basically what AI stuff looks like. Random shit that you can't debug easily, and like, yeah, software problem, that's what it is. So yeah, that might do something then. Here they even have enabled Python system, interesting. But okay, do they even freaking build that? I mean, okay, if you have a Raspberry like natively compiled sandbox then that works, of course. Anyway, some stuff do we have that while we wait for the stupid downloads. I think this was it a slide? Do we have that? There's so many EXIF tools. Can't even keep an overview. No, don't have that. Does it have a chance to upload from data? Maybe not. Yeah, this download stuff is really disappointing. But wait a second, that also means, do we... Syntax error, concat depth, nah. So much to that. This might be some dash versus bash thing though. No, it doesn't. So much to that. That also means, however, we are building that actually partially a bit of a fail, but oh no, or did I actually know? Wait a second, do I need to take that back? We should actually, we switched to the trunk, right? So then it should be the latest version. Why did it download some random shit then? Or did it download stuff? What was it built? What even freaking was it? Oh, there. Where is it now? Did they move it somewhere, apparently? Okay, more. Yeah, welcome to my life. For every deleting file. What is even freaking happening there? What the heck is happening there? Syntax error? I mean, it looked like a binary unknown. Apparently it's what? Can't exit format error? Maybe it. So this builds it for ARM. Workday for build. Okay, apparently some imperfect stuff is happening there. Workday for, okay, so at least we know in theory what to do, just like, yeah, so much more stuff to do as per usual. Should we, what more would be required for that? I think I closed that already. Do we still have, we even have that in the, thanks to Safari. Pass to, I mean, they built this here, so with cc equals that, so it's not like, maybe we shouldn't do that on the make command line. That could be a thing. Yeah, what if we build with that all, that not that, and just, what if we just build with make? Looks better, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, as crazy as it is, if we, are we building this fully parallel? Also, does my save made previous video liquid control does it? Apparently it does. Although, are we? Interesting. That doesn't look too bad. I'm intrigued. It's not pretty, and as usual, and all my reservations for this kind of software architecture, which maybe I need to find some freaking venture capital funding and start anew, because obviously my company is not as rich, not as rich as Elon Musk. Maybe I should build. I could and would love to do so much stuff, just like if, like, there would be money for that, and new employees to work on this shit. Would be so cool to make, like, so, I mean, and like small, as I said yesterday, or the previous day in this LibreOffice live stream. Does it even freaking build parallel? Somehow it doesn't look so, shit, we don't fully load that shit. You know what, let's reconfigure and because we unfortunately only build this with parallel 8. So this of course not. That probably should reconfigure like that. Or do we need to export? Basically it's faster to reconfigure than to wait. Looks like it probably reconfigured. And Epic thread rip that more embarrassingly parallel, hopefully. So yeah, I would, in my opinion, theoretically, I have on my to-do to make a mainstream channel there, second channel of mine, video discussing the future of desktop software. On one hand, I would love so much to like make, I mean, sure, there's Abivert, a numeric, Apple's pages and numbers and Keynote. I mean, Apple actually kind of sort of did the mostly right thing, except the new kind of Apple software sucks majorly. With peak bugs and focusing on making everything flat and sucking again. But otherwise, they are not on the worst track, just that obviously we don't have the shit for Linux. I so love to do like simple versions of this kind of software that don't suck. And there are just two major problems though, or three. One is, if you want to do that mainstream, you need versions for Windows or Mac OS, which obviously have 90% market share compared to the little less than 10 that has Linux or something. If you do this for Linux, obviously you go bankrupt, similar to Cinnamon, or what was it? I mean, also Mozilla Foundation of not making money, but also this evolution stuff of whatever, Xamian, or whatever the naming of all those companies were that eventually were purchased by Red Hat or something. And then the other thing is, of course, that's only the first problem, right? The other problem is supporting all those freaking architectures and Windows and Mac. And then the other thing is people don't want to pay for software, as everyone sees, especially like this open source. I mean, if you do this open source, you earn nothing. As usual, everyone is using this and not giving you a cent. Even if you make this commercial, obviously for billionaire richness reasons and keeping your company afloat. The next issue is there nowadays, which I really hate and that deserves a dedicated video, is that all those new major software and stuff are web services anyway. So, and then Chromebooks and mobile and stuff, right? If you make amazing versions, even for Windows or Mac OS, which I mean, Windows alone already sucks balls and Mac OS also similar, unfortunately. So, but even if you live with all this stuff and peak bugs, then you still have the thing that supporting mobile and Chromebooks and like everyone wants web solutions, or do they really want that? That is the thing, right? I don't see the future that, I mean, sure, everything gets faster internet and more reliable internet, hopefully eventually, but I personally don't find me the most productive with web applications, cloud applications, and then it even sucks big times to write freaking web applications, right? It's cumbersome, like styling everything with HTML and CSS, which obviously was not meant to build applications, and using frameworks to help you with styling hypertext markup language with cascaded style sheets with it like that. Yeah, so at the end of the day, that is what's also stopping me, right? Instead of like making more applications and having a hard time to sell those with my company, in case you didn't know that, right? Don't delay, try that amazing stuff today or so. But rather making a YouTube channel here, growing and creating and growing, that order probably. But yes, so many complications, right? And I don't even I with 20 plus professionals, everything is so chaotic. Like Windows, Mac OS, Linux, mobile, Android, iOS, and then web stuff and Chromebooks, and like even where to start, what to freaking support. And even if you don't write software, even just supporting this crazy madness of variants and software. And then some of this software you only have for some platforms, like some web applications that work also not in all scenarios, and Apple stuff which obviously only works on Apple stuff. And And then the stuff isn't compatible. It builds surprisingly much, so famous last words. Long story short, there's it builds so much and then it doesn't. What's going on there? Break iterator, what's going on there? So yeah, long story short, it's complicated, and this is also what's development, in my opinion, that is the state of IT, right? Built on foundations of random crap, resulting in not only everything written in C, which similar already C crap, starts with the same letter, think about that, but then we should totally not allow that to happen, right? There should have been more user and administrator revolt and protests. I mean, Apple wasn't on the worst track, right? In the beginning of the 2000s, this PowerPC stuff, like more standard conformance stuff, Apple even used lots of open source. Apple was actually not on the worst track until they made the walled garden that is iOS. And then yeah, desktop Linux obviously got nowhere. So the state currently is so convoluted and in my opinion also unsupportable, right? It's like total, no, we don't have enough scrolling. We're basically living in a chaos apocalypse of unsupportable craziness. What's going on there? So it's not the right architecture, so it's statically linked libpoppler of what it's trying to do. Because there is some free type of so what's trying to do now. Maybe we should build with verbose to even see what would be there. Verbose things v equals 1 or verbose, or yeah, also recurring theme of, okay, that wasn't that, maybe verbose. And also recurring theme, right? That is exactly, that might be verbose apparently. Maybe, no, not really. Yeah. Okay, it builds most stuff except some stuff. Oh, there's also, of course, PDF VM, yeah, obviously that has JPEG too. CPU Arch is not disabling AVX2. Yeah, thank you very much. But what the heck is going on there? It builds so much and still fails. So can we also control C already? Oh, DOCSIS latency and Wi-Fi and stuff. Yeah, so that happens if you build everything twice for crazy reasons. Who knows? Yeah, thank you very much. On my control C, nothing like buffer bloat. So what do we have here? Elf arm, so that is workdir 4, actually workdir 4. Okay, that looks correct. What do we have here? Do we have, where's the object do? Yeah. Hello? Okay, fine, maybe not that one. Maybe another like that. Give me any AES. Yeah, that's 86. Though in general, it looks like it does the right thing. Just something is. I mean, we have still quite some variables in the environment. Maybe just some of the sub-projects accidentally then use another environment variable like cc build something, whatever. Yeah, that is unfortunate. I feel like we built through most of the shit and it fails with, yeah, that will not be the super most amazing thing to debug. Yeah, the thing is, people always ask, what is the difference with cross-compiling? Cross-compiling is actually the same thing, right? The only thing, it becomes a thing when people don't write clean make files, and it just happens to work accidentally. Yeah, good luck debugging that. And this is also what I said in the other video, right? Monolithic, how did I call that? Monolithic cathedral, which is also compiler option is invalid. AES ARM v8. Oh, come on. You're freaking kidding me. Maybe that is the main. I mean, maybe the other are just warnings and it's eventually using some other library, and maybe that is the thing here. Maybe it's only failing due to that though, which would be ironic. I've chosen some ARM. Where even was that? Maybe it's only failing actually due to that though. Which even was that? There. I mean, crazily, it might be that we actually patched that. I remember that I remember there was something. Maybe it is our compiler wrapper simply stripping something away. Maybe they built that specifically with arch something. If defined something. Why ARM feature crypto? It might be our compiler wrapper. Maybe. What was it? Word? What was the name? Word, dear? Oh, this is NSS. Actually, wait a second. NSS. I think I looked also at the wrong. I remembered we hacked something. Where is it? Here, march. Wait a second. Remove. Yeah, so remove insert. That might be what. So basically, they might force their ARM crypto stuff just for this file. And yeah, it's accumulating quite. And this is the thing, right? If you build everything in the kitchen thing, then you also need to fix everything but the kitchen thing. Hey, I think that might potentially, no, not yet fully. Yeah. Also, which one is it? arch. I mean, this is only couldn't find some library. This is probably simply. I mean, we are nearly there. I mean, that's a crazy thing, right? Oh, sorry, 20 o'clock. Probably stop that soon. It's like, yeah, 1 hour 30 stuff. It's the usual stuff of how much effort is it to get this shit to build. L something. That is not very clean. Do we have GCC insert -L libdir something? Yeah, something like that here we need? Of probably that. So if we tested that once, I mean, first we need to determine that this actually has a chance to work. Compile or prefix libdir of libx11. And then we need to, basically what I do is, it's not like YOLOing, it's just like first assessing how much is needed to get the stuff to build. That probably should be, do we not have, why does it not find that? Or is it, which one is it? So this gear, I think that is this. Yeah, I mean, it must be the ARM version. It should be the, yeah, the host. So skipping some incompatible free type. Why does this not work? Should this not be in this root user x11 lib? What is it not finding? x11 and x11. It looks to me that they are there though. Why does this not work? Are you freaking kidding me? Or are they? I mean, they should not. I should have. The next time I should actually. Press enter to have that in the history. There, that is ARM. What was the other XCB stuff? Would also surprise me because all the rest of the system builds. Yeah, that's all ARM. What is it trying to freaking do there? It's skipping incompatible tools lib free type. Does it at the end? Where does it get this shit from? Arch. Or it is not using. Actually, maybe it's using LD directly. That is a Is it a possibility? Let's say. Actually, it is possible that they invoke LD directly for some reason. Yeah, that comes from when you don't detect all the stuff properly. You know what? Let's actually try to YOLO that just to see if it has a chance to work. Then linking the stuff here. x11 lib x11. And just as a test, oops. Later we obviously need to fix it somehow. Let's see, does it do something? Again, this is just assessing whether it has any chance to get to freaking build and fully link TM. It's not so easy. It's still, but it's okay. It wants free type. I'm not sure if it's still okay, free type, maybe free type conf. Sounds strange. Do we have free type here? No, free type is there. But the other disappeared or not? Yeah, that is always so sad. You got so far and like nearly, or it's not even nearly the end. It's just like skier, right? I think it was like skier, the chromium inherited free type. Why would it not find that? What is it freaking doing, TM? What is it trying to do? ARGLD skipping incompatible. Why would it? Nah. Free type. Set. Maybe I should S-trace a whole shit. I mean, the only S-trace gets a little bit out of if you like F and also maybe only exec VE. Exec, do we have exec VE at? I need more coffee, man. Ah, darn, this is even, this is, yeah, this default, I wonder what is there. We're thinking the default abbreviated stuff is also, it was F enough, was it? V. The default abbreviated stuff is not very helpful. It's like recurrently I run some stuff and then I anyway need to rerun that. Yeah, that is not, yeah. I want, starting with a slice arch to Linux LD. Now we have this pattern all over the place. Thank you very much. Yeah, overmatched that. I just want so it runs, but do we see now? It invokes that with. And here's the bloody environment. I mean, this is also this thing, right? Then this -v principal environment. Thank you very much. All the stuff I did not need. What a waste. That, what a pain. Maybe it would be more useful to figure what do they use for the both stuff. So verbose make. Verbose. Each thing has one capital, one. You can't mix this stuff up. This is. Here it's, I mean, it's running this with user. Does it automatically add this route? What does it even run here to figure that out? Fan object files. Cathedral of architecture from hell. Here it starts with Clang. They freaking use Clang? Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, Clang is obviously not the right compiler for freaking that. Is it even the right thing we are looking at? I slightly wonder. I mean, it works somewhat. Is this really what it's freaking using to build that? Looks like skier. What is it trying to build here? Workdeer. So workdeer should be yeah, so I mean, accidentally we have it there. We don't really want to use it though. And that is why it's accidentally not wrapped. I guess it's not wrapped. Why is it using Clang? Can we teach this thing not to use Clang? We came so far and then we have such a unnecessary. But I mean, the win-win is only making our to-do longer. So basically it's avoiding our T2 automagics by running a compiler that we didn't. I mean, this is actually this. I mean, it could happen also for other stuff like Firefox and Rust, though. But but this is also what I really hate when stuff just uses something without you told it to, because our primary compiler is that one. Why? Okay, grabbing that shit was not a good idea. Yeah, so it's basically it for this video. I mean, it probably is doable. It should actually be not that much more difficult. But as usual, the devil is in the details, and monumental cathedral software architecture from hell has a tendency to fail. There is some proclocling. Yes, indeed, freaking skiers. They just have commas clang if test cc and checking for clang. So you want to freaking tell me do they only support to build skier with freaking clang? Does freaking skier for some crazy reason need clang? I wonder if we need skier, though. Skier is the only freaking thing of this random garbage that needs it. What is that here? Is it still skier? Cached. First word of claim, something. Is it all still in the skier, or do they use it for anything else? Was it? Let's see if we make a test if we can. I mean, we could fix it either way. I mean, in the long term, we should wrap clang as well. Wait, what did disable skier without optimization? Okay, disable. I'm not sure. Yesterday we had, or the other day we had the issue that it totally didn't build. I have no idea if it's an optional feature, or should this be still an environment that freaking works, TM? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I hope this configure stuff is so well written. I mean, famous last words, right? That it actually figures that that we disabled something, not that we need to make clean all this precious build object files that we invested quite some electrons in. But yeah, so it's doable. And the win-win, I mean, not that eventually we have LibreOffice on the Pine phone, or maybe even the unmatched RISC-V board, right? Previous video. I wonder if that has a chance to build. You never know, maybe, maybe not. But also the win-win of realizing we also should properly wrap Clang and Clang++. But yeah, that is also obviously quite some work, right? But yeah, I mean, eventually it needs to be done. It's just like everything is so much freaking work, TM. Did we? I'm not sure if it... At least we fully load the system, or we should be. Yeah. We can wait just a second while we check, or can quickly check. Yeah, anyway, if you have any question, comment, as usual, share, like, subscribe, leave them below, ask it now. Nothing like, oh, wait a second, why is that still, I wonder if it, I wish they would communicate better. I mean, whether you need that or what it's used for. Skier, LibreOffice. Reason, is there any reason to enable that? Let's see what happens there. It's still usable, but recently getting lag issues with image used, especially Impress. Thread disabling skier seems part of the graphics settings, so it might help. But that's what brought back all of my performance changing slides. No longer lags. So when was it? Oh, that was even just 1 year ago. So yeah, there you have it. Apparently it sounds like there might be an option for that. So yeah, that is also the question. There's always so much. How to handle that best in T2, I still... Maybe we need a better config option system for crazy options like that. And I mean, T2 with all this work put in there, quoting Louis Rossman's famous landlord, if I make it any better, you soon can't afford it anymore. Maybe we need a pro version of maybe the ISOs of base feature, like free are only minimal. ISOs and like everything with Firefox and LibreOffice, you need to be member or Patreon and stuff. So, hey, this wanted cache deconf. What are you doing there? Cool. Wants to create some cache for deconf of. Nah. I guess oh wait, maybe that was here. F-list read, we basically need to, we need a need, I mean, just to figure if we can somehow YOLO that. Filter I want. I guess we could try it with root. Was it root dot cache? Shit, how did this appear there? I hate when copy and paste acts. Root. Let's see what happens now. As per usual, when I'm already 90% or so there, and I'm a little bit curious how much more random nonsense is required. Yeah, leave me in the comments below. I mean, that is a thing, right? I mean, on one thing, I mean, sure, I need LibreOffice for myself. I said this in the last stream. I would actually not. I actually had a bounty for 40 or 50 euro for someone to get it to freaking build. I mean, sure, it's also good that I mean, wasting my brain cells for this random build stuff of what it takes and what happens. Sure, there is a win-win of getting a to-do list of what kind of edge details to further improve in our build system. I'm slightly, I mean, yeah, the thing is like copying from Louis Rossmann and other YouTubers. Sure, more people want to see gaming, or I mean, as crazy as it is, more people connect with swear words over repairing MacBooks of all the Apple hate. So, I mean, on the other hand, maybe that can be somehow copied. Leave in the comments below, how can we make this random open source channel more successful, to use it as means to finance this random stuff. Maybe I need better camera angles or more swear words or more interesting stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's not the least interesting, and people theoretically would connect with software or open source stuff otherwise, but oh, what's not going on? Okay, that's still, why did that, maybe I should have checked that. Shit, did we not correctly filter? I sort. Or do we need a slash for that? No, it doesn't. Why does this not work? Do we need? Okay, apparently that was not enough to get that to work. Okay, back to the drawing board. I feel like there should not be that much left. Which Which one was it? Was it not? Was it? Should this not? I just maybe it probably. This is only. What else do we have here? Left list still, left list valid. Base temp, or maybe is that? The problem is I don't. Maybe I need to comment those better. I would hope that could potentially work. Colon separated off, let's see, root cache. Oops. Make that right. No. Outsmarted by our own. Or we set, which one would it, you know what, can we, maybe we can easier actually, what would it use for that? Would it use home? Maybe we can simply build with home equals current working directory slash home. To circumvent messing with that. Sometimes the easiest hacky solutions are the easiest solutions. Yeah, somehow initially I wasn't the greatest fan of like progress bar and stuff, but I have to say if you work on this, you know what? I think I have a better name for that. Megalithic. Is it megalithic? This old-fashioned ancient megalithic architectures. Megaliths, how to big stones here. Megalithic. I think I call it that from now on. How's it pronounced in English? No, not French.
Megaliths.
Megalith. Oh my god. Heck. No, don't allow.
Megalithic.
Yeah, from this mega, I think from all, I call it megalithic. Megalithic. Yeah, I think that term actually nailed those kind of megalithic software architectures. Also probably best describes the ancient kind of setup that it's totally outdated kind of megalithic. Yeah, you don't want, as I said in the previous video, you don't want to build software like that. You don't want to architect software like that. That is, yeah. But it's next build error. Whatever happens now, I call it a day and go play with Junior and stuff. And enjoy the end of the day. Something happened, but I mean, I'm surprised it built somewhat. I feel like it should not be too difficult to get that. Probably mostly building soon. DB access, yeah, of course. The question is just how much more random quirks and features are necessary for this. Yep, so that's basically it for today. We learned some things, probably more dirty, hacky stuff that we ever wanted to know. I hope you learned something and had fun. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, spread the word there. Maybe Patreon, GoFundMe, OnlyFans, or other YouTube membership for more such open source archaeology. Nah, oh, nah. And also I learned English pronunciation, man. Words I never have to say.
Archaeology.
Archaeology. Yeah, digging in the oldest dirt of, yeah, Star Office, right? Star Division, literally. Oh man, this stuff can be, yeah. The quest for saner, simpler, smaller software continues. How can this shit build so long, so freaking slow? I mean, the other epic thread ripping native build was 14, I think. Also, if you want Reddit, we had that there, right? So the epic thread ripping, freaking go away. Yeah, 14 minutes. So how long do we build this already? I mean, minus 2 hours. Yay! Only live on this channel. Updating KE 6 hours, updating GNOME and stuff 7 hours, and 2022 packaging and cross-compiling LibreOffice 3 hours there, 2 hours there. So yeah, 5 hours plus in on this good fun. How can this shit build so long? This is ridiculous. Also, how many general purpose registers has Arch? Was it 16? Or 32? I think they doubled it. Do they have 32 or registers? Yes, 30. Yeah, so it's twice. Maybe also stuff like often like architecturally simple stuff, but then like register allocation stuff could simply significantly increase build time, right? For the 16 of x86. Dash 64, MB64. So yeah, simply housekeeping, scoreboarding, and even if it's like 10% there, 20% there, sure, it's reduced and risk and stuff, but similar to why PowerPC and Spark and other such stuff at times compiled longer. I mean, not only more instructions potentially to more like load and store of not combined load and stores, but then also more registers of previously even less for x86 32-bit, but yeah, they have it. RISC stuff often compiles longer for simple, more resource in hardware reasons like that. It's like, yeah, at least we warm the office. But that's really it now. Let's see. Here it's warming. Like, oh, come on. I want to see a freaking result. Anything else interesting? Any comment? What else is going on in the world? Oops, also that was wrong. What is that? No, don't know. We move that stuff because it's freaking Apple's terminal. Yeah. Not how I usually have it, but whatever. So yeah, anything else happen in the world? In our Discord, oops, that was wrong. It's not our Discord. 404 random site and found Discord. Oh man, I just wanted. Yeah, also apparently it builds this stuff like twice for whatever native reasons. You never know. Oh shit, also. Pasted that wrong to our Discord. I really hate when this happens. Edit. Oh no, there. So close. Modern web tech. And writer, filter, something. Hey, we are freaking can't make this up. We are done. It's LibreOffice. Usually we keep the promise here of most of our live streams. We have some result at the end, right? Can't really quite freaking believe it myself. Of course, it's not yet packaged. It needs quite some cleanup. Why does this? Not file. Fine. What do we even freaking type here at the end of the day? So we have workdir, and do we have? Okay, apparently that didn't build a full workdir things, but yeah, we can double check that this actually is empty. What? How is it empty? What? Maybe it's not LibreOffice. Maybe it's, what is a binary? Should we try install? Where is it installing that? Okay, that is not using destir. Thank you very much. Did it hopefully prevent that? Successfully packaging process. Amazing. This root opt open on LibreOffice. Oh, maybe we should actually change that not to get sued by some people. Or somehow there wasn't a lib in there. Okay, so apparently some polishing is still needed. Do we have a as office here? You can't mix this stuff up. This stuff is still office. So what? What? Bin file? What? Central directory? What the heck? Did we somehow destroy something? That would be so where are we now? Program arch here as office. So yeah, in general looks like there is still some cannot preload it. I don't want to freaking preload this shit. I just want to know whether that is. Yeah. Okay, that looks, I mean, yeah, amazing. Kind of didn't quite sort of expect this myself. So of course it needs still packaging the shit, actually double, triple, and so on, and fine polishing. But yeah, there you have it. Random unsuccessful YouTuber cross-compiled LibreOffice, and it's Sunday afternoon, live here for his tiny little Linux distribution. So yeah, probably the year of T2 desktop Linux soon. World dominance follows later. Maybe we'll still get Elon Musk to buy this shit for $500 million or stuff. I hope you learned something and enjoyed this fun show. Don't forget to share and subscribe. I hope to see you soon. And that's it for today. And you can switch off now and see you next time.